Okay, so this is another one of those random lessons that we have to cover. It just doesn't fit anywhere in particular. Correlation coefficient is talking about how strong a relationship is between two different ideas, okay? How one affects the other, and if they do at all. So when we're going over correlation coefficient, we're going to talk about its strength, okay? So, and you'll know what these numbers mean here in a minute, but let me go over the basics. The closer it is to 0, the weaker it is, okay? And we have two sides of this. We have positive side and we have the negative side. So, I'm going to start from left to right. So, the closer it is to -1, we're talking about decimals here. The closer it is to -1, we call it a strong positive, okay? I'm sorry, strong negative, yikes. Okay, the closer it is to 0 on the negative side, we call a weak negative. All right, on the positive side, it's the same idea, but the opposite is the closer it is to 0, but on the positive side, we call it a weak positive. The closer it is to +1 on the positive side means we call it a strong positive. Okay? The first thing we need to do, though, to find the correlation coefficient is turn on our diagnostic. Okay, so to do this, we are going to go to second 0. So second 0. We're going to go all the way to diagnostic, so that's over to the D's. If you don't want to spend time scrolling till it doesn't take too long, so we'll wait. So we're going to go to the D's, and we're going to search for diagnostic on. Diagnostic on is coming up. Once you turn this on, it'll be good for the rest of the paper, so you only have to do it once. So if you look here, there's diagnostic off and there's diagnostic on. We want diagnostic on, so we hit enter. And then we have to hit enter to actually turn it on until it says done. Okay, and I'm going to show you what that does in a minute. So, let's look at this first table. It says, below is a table showing the number of gold medals won by the United States at the Winter Olympics during various years. So we've talked about this before, where I see a table of years. So we cannot leave them as years. So we are going to start our table with 0. So from 1992 to 1994 is 2 years. From 1992 to 1998 is 6 years. From 1992 to 2002 is 10 years. So jump there. From 1992 to 2006, that's 14 years. And from 1992 to 2010, I know this, that is 20, nope. My mind's going blank. That's 18 years. Okay. So now that we have those typed in, we are going to, now that we have those converted, we are going to type these into stat like we've done before. This part is not new. So I'm going to type in 0, 2, 6, 10, 14, and 18 into the left. Then 5, 6, 6, 10, 9, 9 on the right. Stat over to calc, number 4. Enter, 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 enter. If you notice, there's some extra pieces of information here, okay? My correlation coefficient, this is what we're focusing on today. My correlation coefficient is the R, which is the bottom value. And we're going to round to the hundredths place, so this would be 0.84, okay? Then we're going to see where 0.84 goes on my scale here, all right? So first off, 0.84 is positive, so I know it's on the positive side. And then we just have to decide, is it closer to 0 or closer to +1? Since 0.84 is closer to +1, we identify it as a strong positive. Okay. Number 2, we're going to do the exact same thing. Notice my diagnostic is still on. We haven't turned it off, so we don't have to do that again. But we first need to convert these years on this table to numbers. So 2006 would be our 0 year. From 2006 to 2007 is 1. From 2006 to 2008, that's 2. 2006 to 2009 is 3. 2006 to 2010 is 4. So in my table, when I type these into stat, we are not going to do 2006, 2007, 2008. We are going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to type in 7.25, 8.25, 7.25, 3.25, and 3.25 onto the right. Stat over to calc number 4. Enter, 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 enter. Again, our focus for today is just the correlation coefficient. So this time our correlation coefficient is negative 0.85. Okay, so this time it is on the negative side. And we are looking to see, is it closer to 0 or closer to negative 1? Well, negative 0.85 is closer to negative 1, so we would refer to this as a strong negative. Last but not least is another table, so it's the same idea. So we're going to type these into stat, clearing what was there. Okay, so typing this in 10, 20, we don't have to convert for this one because it's not in years, so we can just type in what they gave me. 64, 66, 90, 100, yes, 92, and oh my gosh, don't go as fast as me. 101 and 111. Stat over to calc number 4. Enter, 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 enter. My correlation coefficient is the R value, so this is 0.92, and they just want me to identify it here, so this would be F. This would be on the positive side, closer to 1, so if they asked me to, this would be a strong positive. And there's my answer.